as a veteran, small business owner, what can we do for you?
What we can all do for all veteran business owners is promote each other.
My main mission was to look at tools and technology to leverage small business and give them more of a competitive advantage.
My mission for Veteran Bargains is very simple: to help vets.
That story in itself, to run for Vista City Council, is a journey.
I think this is an opportunity to really collaborate with those gone before us.
It's really kind of a labor of love.
And now your host.
Welcome back to the Veterans Radio Show. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Thank you for tuning in, and we wish you a long 3-day weekend. Happy 4th of July. Our Veteran Radio Show, we talk to bring you heroes in action, to talk to them about what's happening in our community, showcase the visibility, and making it happen. I'm your host, Laura Torres, and we want to welcome our live audience, your questions, your comments on Facebook, YouTube, Amazon Live, and of course, our podcast listeners. We appreciate you and your service. Thank you for your support. So please be sure that you like and share this segment to those within your network. Hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified when those are coming out for you. In this case, today, we are meeting an amazing individual in our community. Some people talk about doing things. Kate Monroe just executes them all. In all of her ventures, Kate is always going to tackle the task that can be completed and finalize them. We are delighted to connect you to Kate Monroe today. She is the founder and CEO of VetComm, a platform built to help veterans apply for the disability condition ratings and benefits, vetcomm.us. Let's hear it.
Hi, I'm Kate Monroe, CEO of VetComm, joined today by one of my partners, Todd Collins.
Hey guys, VetComm is a platform built to help veterans of all armed forces, to assist them in getting the disability rating they deserve.
The first part of our mission is to help the veterans realize they do, in fact, deserve this assistance.
They do.
You'd be surprised to know that the number one reason that there are 17 million unrated veterans is they think, someone deserves it more than me. I mean, I can't tell you how many veterans we speak with, right? That feel exactly this way.
Yep.
Yeah. When the truth is, these vets do in fact need and deserve assistance to improve the quality of their lives.
So what's VetComm do? Well, quite simply, VetComm provides these veterans with a trusted and affordable avenue to get the rating they need. In addition, we make it hassle-free for them to submit their claim. All other agencies in the same space, well, quite frankly, yes, they are doing amazing work. However, there seems to be an effort to make the veteran feel like getting rated is an insurmountable task without having someone do it for you, or worse yet, having to pay exorbitant fees that most veterans simply can't afford.
Just way too much.
Too much.
Yeah. So we want to empower all veterans to move forward and to do it now. Don't wait. They should be able to take our course, in a day, and start their rating from the comfort of their own home within hours of coming aboard.
Sounds impressive. Now, in addition, guys, we're giving away extra courses on added benefits, quite frankly, that most vets don't even know exist. Just to name a few of the added benefits we provide. Kate, hit them.
I'll take it from here. Yeah. Very good. I mean, how to go to college for free.
Bingo.
Right? How to sign up for free healthcare. And how to buy a home using the VA home loans. Yeah.
Super powerful. We are dedicated to empowering veterans all over the U.S. to get rated. Together, we can all do more to give back to the veterans that made incredible sacrifices for our country.
And like we said, our mission is to help get 1 million veterans rated within just the next 12 months. And we can do it with your help. So will you join us?
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's meet the real Kate Monroe. How are you?
Hi there.
Welcome.
So glad to be on. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And wow, I'm definitely excited to hear more about this 17 million unrated veterans, but most importantly about your mission, and how this is all shaping up. all behind the scenes, and your in your team are executing that. But first of all, we always like to ask our guests about their military experience. So tell us about your military experience, or anything that that you can recall when you are going through your growing up through your experience.
Yeah, I'm a USMC. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I went in back in 1998, so quite a long time ago. I actually am now a 90% disabled vet. I got in boot camp in the final stages. You go through the crucible. I fell off an obstacle and broke a couple of ribs, and that was first of many injuries. And then playing softball for the Marine team, actually smashed my face. Had a huge laceration, crushed my nose, had 7 or so surgeries. So I had a physically challenging time serving in the Marine Corps, but I think it definitely set me up for success in that it's sort of my litmus test. Is this harder than being a Marine? Right? And so for me, not a lot is harder than that. So when I go to tackle something, I just go, I've done something way bigger and more challenging than this. So it makes it a lot easier to tackle that.
Absolutely. And sorry to hear about all the multiple experiences that you had to face in active service. And you're right. I mean, many service members, as you describe it, right from boot camp, from all the trainings, from all the different exercises, you kind of pick up a little bit here and there of different situations that affect your body, your physical, perhaps, and you don't pay much attention about it until later on. Yeah. So, but I'm glad that you are definitely taking care of it, and congratulations on being able to successfully rate at that 90% rate for you. Yeah, absolutely. Now, in part of the military, especially in your background, in like tough and determination, it's a big key piece. How did that experience help you shape up a little bit your mindset to launch your business, your nonprofit?
I think the biggest thing that it does, like I said, it makes it seem a lot easier, when you stack up, like, is this harder than what I've done in the past? But I think it really gives you a sense of drive and determination and purpose. I think, for me, in the course of my career, being able to go on an interview such as this, and I get to say I was in the Marine Corps, well, that really opens a lot of doors because it changes people's perception of who you are. And so I've definitely had good experiences leveraging the fact that I was in the Marine Corps. And I think it just taught me to adapt and overcome. That's a big mantra in the Marine Corps. When you face challenges, which you will in business, inevitably you're going to face challenges. And it's about how you deal with those challenges and how you face them. And it's just about, you got to stand up every day and keep moving the ball down the field, so to speak.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of challenges, what were some of those, if you don't mind sharing with our audience, that you faced up in your early stages?
Like in the early stages of beginning this particular business?
Absolutely. This one or any other. Once you thought and said, hey, entrepreneurship, being my own CEO, being my own boss, this is what I'm doing. What sort of challenges did you first face with your first ventures?
Yeah, back in the day, because I was kind of a serial entrepreneur. I've always, when I started as a kid, I would book about 6 or so babysitters, so I was always making money. I had a paper route. I grew up in an entrepreneurial household. And so I just thought that was the way, either be in a sales organization, be a leader, own your own business. So for me, I really don't know anything else. But every time I go to start a new business, I just try to find all of the people that I can partner with or that can work on the venture with me that are experts at each step of the way. I try not to do things personally that another person can do that's their expertise. I really try to build a good team. There's people on my current team that are better at a lot of things than I am. So the better they are, the better our organization is, and just learning to delegate and not trying to do so many things yourself, because early on in business, you have a tendency to limit the business to your ability to manage it, right? Because then it gets, oh my gosh, it's getting too big. However, will I balance all this? And that's why I think putting together a really good team, maybe one that's better than you, is critical to your success when you're starting out.
Absolutely. There you go. You put in on a good team, your team, your backup. It's a great key to strategy to help you succeed. So thank you, Kate, for that. Now I'm going to recap right now really quick for those who might be tuning in right now. We are delighted here to connect Kate Monroe to our veteran community and those members who are looking to get support with the veteran rating. Kate is the founder and CEO of VetComm, a platform built to help veterans apply for their disability condition ratings and benefits. So make sure that you look up or you follow vetcom.us. More to come. This Veteran Radio Show will bring you feature veterans, military spouses, and community leaders who are making it happen. So, Kate, you mentioned being able to just build a great team behind you, and being able to to be open for just to delegate, right, the right conditions and the right jobs for the right person. But being now that you are very mature into your business and in your business mindset, what would you tell your younger self that you know now that perhaps you did not know back then when you were eager to just take it off and take on with the venture?
I would tell my younger self not to let your first set of setbacks make you want to fold your cards and walk away from the table. Because I think the longer that you're in business, you realize there are going to be steps along the way where you will feel like you are failing, or maybe you should close, but you have to keep going, right? If you're not failing, you're not learning. And I would just tell my younger self, some days are going to suck and you just got to grab another gear and get to the other side of it. I mean, the faster you adapt to, a circumstance that's not going your way, you can get through it quicker. So you have to endure it for less, a period of time. And I would just say, don't give up on you and on your dreams so easily, because we have a tendency to do that when we start. And also to not be undercapitalized.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. I mean, it's, you have to have faith in you. And I think sometimes our first experiences can be, the dream killer. And it's like, oh, that's it. I'm not good at this. But like Kate mentioned, just keep going, continue on to just make it better, learn from those mistakes perhaps, and just make it better. Right.
Yeah,
absolutely. Now tell us about your 1 million veteran mission. I'm so excited to hear more about this. And, just tell us overall, what is this 1 million mission? Just plain and simple like that.
Yes. Okay. So about a year ago, I was owning another business, which I have since sold, and a lot of vets and active duty personnel were coming into my business, and I would discuss with them and say, hey, are you rated, at what percent? And they would say, rated, for what? And so I would sit down with them and help them, get their disability rating filed, and then they would bring me somebody and I would help them. And I quickly thought, is anybody rated? No one I know is rated, no one they know. And so I did a little research, and there's 21 million vets, and only 4 million of them have any rating whatsoever. So that leaves 17 million service members who serve this great country with nothing. And it is said, even by the VA, that everyone, if they submitted a claim, everybody would get at least 10%. Everyone. So everyone should be making a claim. And our mission is in the next 12 months to get 1 million of those 17 million into the VA rating system. So in doing so, when we achieve this, that 1 million rated at, say, the 50% mark would put $1 billion into the economy per month. And it is a lofty goal, but there's no reason why, if we get the word out there and we make it easy enough, why we can't accomplish our mission. So that's our mission, and we're excited about it. And we have a ton of support from generals and doctors and lawyers and celebrities and charities. Everybody leaning the same direction, I think, is going to accomplish that very well.
Absolutely. And you definitely have our support to continue to amplify your mission and your vision to get all of the veterans that we come across who are looking for the disability ratings, and maybe just to understand a little bit more. I mean, you talked about the impact that it will do to our community, to our economy, right? Think about the impact it will do to the families. What were some of those benefits that you can share that the families overall, given that some of these 17 million veterans or 1 million veterans in your mission will benefit from?
So some of the benefits, other than the monetary gain, at 50%, that's roughly $1,000 per month. 90%, which is what I am, is a little over $2,000. 100% is close to $3,500 a month for life. There's also vocational rehab. They can go to school. Veterans who have disability ratings, their kids can go to school for free. Every veteran can get some level of health care. Once you are rated for disability, your health care becomes free, even ER visits, even trips in an ambulance. You get no closing costs when you go to close on a home. There's just so many amazing programs. And one of the one that's near and dear to me, I help a lot of World War II and Vietnam vets who are aging into, certainly the World War II vets, but the Vietnam vets are getting to the point where they're living on Social Security, many of them. And here in San Diego, that doesn't cut the mustard. That is not enough money to live here successfully and have a good life. So I want to get all those guys, get them rated, and get their family that caregiver money. In some cases, you can get up to $1,500 a month for the family to take care of that veteran. So there's just amazing programs out there, and I want to shine a light on all of them.
Absolutely. Yeah, it definitely, overall, like you mentioned, it's not just the service member who gets the huge benefit, but it will change for their income, because maybe perhaps right now they might not need it, but in later on in years, that income becomes very, very needed.
Yes.
But also the kids, their schooling, the services, access to, care, long-term care. I mean, you name it. We can just go on. We could do a whole hour discussion on just benefits itself. Now, I do have a question. It came in through our LinkedIn post. Is there a cost to access some of these services at VetComm?
There is a cost. So essentially, the course is $4.99. They don't have to pay up front for it. They can make 6 equal payments. They can make 4 equal payments. They don't just get that course. They get the vocational rehab course, the home buying course, how to sign up for VA healthcare, how to fix your credit. There's a ton of courses we've come up with. But when you compare what we charge with the rest of the universe of people that do this, most of them charge anywhere from $6,000 to $15,000. It seems like it's free up front, and then you realize they're going to take half of your back pay that you get, and we don't take any of that. So we don't charge for any of those things. We simply just charge for the course, and then we donate the lion's share of what we take in. We donate that back to our partnering charities.
Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, in a sense, it does make sense sometimes to pay a little bit of cost when you are investing towards a product or a service. Correct. Because that has your buy-in. Now you are really invested into your time. Sometimes there's a lot of services out there that is free, but it's hard sometimes. I think it's our human side that, because I'm not paying for it. I don't quite commit to it. And accountability, that's right. So this is really it's a good investment for accountability purposes. So absolutely. This is great. Now I am going to bring in our CEO and founder, who is here to say hello, to greet you, and as well as to share a little bit of great and what that behind the scenes work collaboration will look like with our community and yourself.
Perfect.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
You're okay? I'm well. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you for coming on the show and sharing your experience and your new venture. Yes. I think that's going to help a lot of veterans. And thank you for what you're doing, because you're right. A lot of people, especially who are Desert Storm and before, there's a lot of us who did not really follow that same path.
Yes.
So organizations like yours bringing this to the forefront, I think it's important. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Yes, we're excited.
Excellent.
Now, I do have a question for you, Kate. It's out here. Why do you think some veterans don't go through the rating process? What is that block or the roadblock?
And I wondered that when I started too. And so, we've talked to about 250 vets, over the last year, and it boils down to the number one reason is that people, especially non-combat veterans, feel like they don't deserve it. You won't believe how many people, for instance, one of my real estate partners, he actually went to the VA and his buddy tricked him, and he went and sat there to get his rating done, waiting for a DAV official, and a young gentleman walked in on titanium legs, and he thought, oh, this guy deserves it more than me, and he got up and walked out. And so the not deserving it is the first problem. The second problem is people just don't know, or they tried in the past and were just flat told, oh, you don't rate anything, so don't even bother. And then the last one is they tried it in the past and it was so difficult that they just gave up. Those are the three big reasons why we missed 17 million people.
I do have a question. And dealing with the paperwork on the VA, it's like when you start a business, that's one of the number one challenge for anyone starting a business is the paperwork.
Yeah.
I mean, people I've seen on online companies that charge over $200 just to file the federal employee ID number, which is totally free for the IRS. And so the fear and following the process of the paperwork is a main challenge. Now, taking the course and learning about how to do it is half of the equation only. But what services do you offer for veterans who maybe they decided to take the course and pay up front? Because a lot of services don't charge. Correct. They take a percentage on the back end, which is approved by the VA. Mm-hmm. But on the forefront, they say maybe they don't have the money to pay. And like me, I don't want to learn anything about that. I want someone to do it for me or for a veteran so they can walk them through the process because they already know how to do it. So what services do you have available for those veterans who may decide to go forward and apply for the rating, but they just really want someone to take care of it?
So that is not a part of what we do. We're not So here's the math. If there's 17 million unrated vets, and our thought is everybody should get help from a person like, say, a VSO or one of these other services, there's not enough mathematically, there's not enough of us to help them. So then maybe we just go, well, 15 million of them, we'll just never reach them, and that's okay. And that's what's been okay for decade after decade. So what we did here is we built a disability library. Each video is a minute. It's 1 minute long. They work through their little workbook. We just did a workshop where we successfully put through a lot of different age and types of vets. They did their whole workbook in about an hour. They wrote down, they were able to go through it. They watched the course in 15 minutes. And right when the course was over, every one of them filed their claim by themselves. And we had many challenges that they felt ahead of time. They said, oh, there's no way we're ever going to be able to do this. I have no tech skills. I can't even spell. And they were able to successfully do it in less than 2 hours. So I guess the thing is, everyone can do it. And your initial claim for you to go to a service and have them take from you $6,000 to $15,000 for something you could have done in 2 hours is just, it shouldn't be your first stop. Right. If you're at 80 or 90% already and you're trying to get to 100, by all means, those are your people. But your initial claim, you really can file yourselves. In fact, I have a VSO that we just filmed this week, and he said after looking at our course, he would recommend everybody go through VetComm first. He said, because we really only help people get an elevation in ratings. We really don't have the time to do their initial claim. So we do not do that. And for that reason, because our effort is to get 1 million people.
All right. Fantastic. Well, again, thank you very much, Kate, for coming to the show. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Laura, for the opportunity to come and say hi. And I know you're wrapping up soon, so I'm going to sign off. And again, thank you, Kate. Really appreciate what you're doing. And thank you, Laura.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Great, thank you. Now, to get a hold of you, Kate, or to connect with you and continue to support your 1 million veterans mission, what is the best way to connect?
The best way to connect, sometime today, even though our site doesn't launch for about 20 days, later on in the evening today, we're going to throw up a site where you can actually put in your information. It's also fine with me if they want to go to my personal brand site at KateMonroeCEO.com. I also have a calendar function there. So if you'd like to get on my calendar and chat with me, by all means, go ahead and hop on.
Great. Thank you so much for that. And is there anything else we can all do or anything last as we wrap up?
No, I think what I would encourage people to do is start to realize that we need to empower our veterans to believe that they can do their initial claim themselves. If they can go to boot camp and MCT and SOI and go get shot at overseas, they certainly can sit at a computer for an hour and file their claim. They absolutely can do it. Do not wait anymore. You already waited 10 years, 120 grand already blew by. It's time to do it now. And we need to start telling people that they can do it. That's the biggest thing that we need to do. You can file your claim.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for that. And again, if you want to get a hold of Kate, go to katemonroeceo.com, or as well as you can go to VetComm.us and submit your information for the website. It should be up and running in the next few days. You can also send us an email at the Veterans Chamber, and we'll be happy to connect you with them as well. So thank you so much, Kate, for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. You as well.